Guys, welcome back to Lynn Zainam's YouTube channel. Today's topic is definitely something I really want to talk about. So when I was younger, growing up, especially when I was a teenager, I grew up in high school where there was a lot of talk, where a lot of students seemed to be talking about sex, but they didn't know more about it. Probably most of them learned it until they came in college, because when I came to college at the age of 16, that's when I learned about not only the LGBTQ charity, I learned about Brooks, who do counseling counseling with young people and teenagers and adults. They also do especially around abuse. I think, yeah, Brooks do counseling on the counseling side of going through abuse and relationships. But they also do sexual health, where they talk about sexually transmitted infections or diseases, or the contraceptive pill and condoms, anything you really need to know. So this is what I want to talk about.
I get dirty thoughts about you. They get worse when
I wanted to discuss this topic about sex. There are different types of sex: oral sex, vaginal sex, and anal sex. I think those are those are the three types of sex I know I am going to talk about in this video today. So let's talk about the oral sex. Oral sex is when in a heterosexual for heterosexual couples, it would be they can perform the 69, which means if the woman is on top of the man, she will perform the blowjob by taking the penis in her mouth, and the man will stick his tongue in her butthole. If the man was on top, he would stick his tongue into her vagina, and she will stick her tongue in his butthole. There is a spooning sex position, but spooning sex position is mainly anal, especially the corkscrew, because the corkscrew, I'm sorry for my bad drawing, but the corkscrew is where the woman lies down and the man will come behind her, and I think he will grind her or stick his penis into her butthole. So it's part of anal sex, because anal sex is, anal is where the butthole is. Anal sex is the anus. Sticking your thing in the anus. Ugh. Either if you stick your tongue, if they stick the tongue in the anus, it's part of oral sex. If they stick the manhood in the anus, it's anal sex. Anal sex can be done, I think, in gay relationships with a man, two men, two women in a lesbian relationship. I don't know exactly if they do the corkscrew, like the spooning in that position, but I know lesbian sex, they do scissoring and grinding. Again, with lesbian sex, they don't have a penis, so what often happens, they turn into oral sex by doing the 69 position, 69 again, with both with one woman sticking her tongue in the butthole and the other one in the vagina, and then they swap around. So but they do scissoring and grinding in lesbian sex as well. I don't think they can do the corkscrew. I think in lesbian sex, because they don't have a penis, they will, however, have like these there are different types of sex toys. Most of them are vibrators. I think if you are going to buy sex toys, back in the day, back when I was 17 years old, there was this boutique called Anselmus. They sell bras and underwear, but on that side they sell sex toys and vibrators. So if you are an adult, they would probably, that's why I was, if you want to buy sex toys or sex vibrators or something, make sure you talk about it with your doctor. That's why we have Brooks. Brooks is we have one in Blackburn on Darwin Street. Brooks is worldwide. If you type in BROOKS brooks.org.uk, they will talk about sexual health. They will talk about condoms and contraceptive pill. However, they will also if you want to talk about the sex toys, it's completely up to you. I will want to do, I need to apply. Well, actually, I applied on Brooks. Why I want to go there? I just need my interview for Brooks. I am studying counseling, so I will be on the counseling sector, where counseling department where I be counseling people going through abuse, relationship problems, issues. Let me go on there. Sexually transmitted infections or diseases will be discussed in another department in Brooks. I will not, as a counseling student, I will not be personally talking about sexually transmitted infections or diseases, or whatever it's called. And it can be very disgusting, but a very serious illness, so please do get tested for that. If you ever were sexually active, this could be, due to masturbation, or it could actually be if you had parents to get STIs. You don't actually have to be sexually active, or well, you have to kind of be sexually active, either due to masturbation somehow, maybe again, sex toys. If that's why I do not prefer I do not like sex personally. Me personally, I do not like sex toys or vibrators, because there can be things. I rather stick to just like normal self. I don't like anything. Sexual toys are not my thing. Having harmless toys like children's toys, they are amazing, but sex toys, they're not my thing. But if you are fine, that's good, and you can maybe talk to Brooks about it, or a sexual health counselor. Sexual transmitted infections, or STIs for short, they can easily be treated and get tested, and it's free and confidential on the Brooks side, so that's why I'm talking more about Brooks. Thank you for Brooks for sponsoring this video. I will leave links whilst editing. I will leave links about Brooks, about Women's Health magazine and Men's Health magazine, so I will not forget Men's Health and Women's Health, because this video is for both men and women. And I will leave some for Brooks, especially the sexual infections, so you can research yourself what it is and how you can get treated. In Brooks is free and confidential. You can get a test as well. And like I mentioned, in that student conference I've been to with Brooks, talking about sexual health, they mentioned with the sexual transmitted infection test is it's kind of like how we did the COVID-19 swab, but not in our nose and throat. This time we do it like somewhere around our. They will probably give instructions on how to but it will be down on our woman or manhood, and then you have to obviously post them back, and it's free post set, which is really good. So there's a lot of information on sex, and when I was growing up, I did not know much about. I knew about sex, but didn't know the sex positions and even the advantages and disadvantages. What I like now is to analyze the advantages and disadvantages of having sex. Yes, having the advantage of having sex is normal. People who do not want to have children, there are condoms and contraceptive pills. I do want to have children, so I need to be really careful. So the advantages, it's fun, yes, it's romantic, yes, it's a good experience, yeah, I'm not alone. However, the disadvantages, again, sexually transmitted infections and diseases is one of the disadvantages. Not knowing full about sex. I do not promote teen pregnancy, however I support it, because a lot of teenagers, it doesn't have to just be girls, a lot of teenage boys can also be raped, but teen pregnancy, obviously men can't get pregnant, but women can. So a lot of girls who get raped can end up in teen pregnancy, or it might just be that they were a little bit silly and did it. But so I kind of want to support, the only thing I want to support teen pregnancy is there are children, they're young, they are naive, they haven't been told about sex. Either they were sexually molested or raped and became pregnant through that, or they had they went the boys over and kind of a little wild and over the edge and a little naive and whatnot. But again, parents, this is a message to parents. Again, this is a message to parents. In my previously I mentioned about teen pregnancy. I don't promote it, but I support it. I support teen pregnancy because sometimes it's not the teenager's fault. Boys can get raped as well by women or men. I am reading a book called Woman in the Woods where there's a teen boy who was raped by a man. Or a woman can rape a boy, or a man raping a girl, or even a man raping a girl. Now this is it. There we have abortions. I am personally, again, talking for myself. I myself, if I am pregnant, I will stay pregnant. I will not have an abortion. That's mine. I can give it up to adoption, but I'm kind of over the edge because, you know, when you have like a baby and it's so cute, so I'm like that. I don't want to give it up to adoption or abortion. Again, with teen pregnancy, parents, this is a message now. You have to listen. This is not just about rape. Yes, if your teen daughter is being raped, definitely be there for support. She needs a lot of support. However, if she has a boyfriend or invited boys over because she was naive and they thought it would be nice to have a new experience and be wild, and she ended up pregnant, please do not hate your children. Please do not kick them out of the house. They need your support still. Yes, they were naive and invited boys over and got pregnant. They can have an abortion if they want. It's their choice. It's their body. It's their choice. If they want to have abortion, do not force them. Number one, support them. You can research about abortion, but keep that silent until your daughter says she wants to have an abortion. Because you cannot force anyone to have an abortion. If they want to, they can. If not, it's a person's own choice. Like I said, personally, I do not want to have an abortion, but someone might have an abortion. Someone, if they are a teenager and they think, I still have schooling to do, I want to have an abortion, that's absolutely fine. So parents, listen out. If you don't have a pregnant daughter, a pregnant teenage daughter, please be supportive. Please do not throw them out of the house. That is the worst thing a parent can ever do. Throw their kid out of the house. They can't be homeless. They can't live on the streets while pregnant. They need your support right now. They might have been silly. Yes, well, a lot of teenagers can be silly, naive, and wild, but please remember the time. Parents or teachers, even teachers, parents, remember the time you were at that age. Because I had teachers who said, oh, teenagers nowadays, they're like, they're just very naive. I think it has to do, but they forget that they were once teenagers. Because we humans start off as babies, then children, then older children, teenagers, preteens, teens, young adults, and then obviously elderly. Except if you suffer from dementia. So please be very cautious on how you treat your teen children if they get pregnant. However, some of the... I'm not a big fan on oral sex. No, I never was. If someone stuck a tongue in my butt or vagina, I would say no more kisses from me. Because I'm not kissing someone who just stuck the tongue under here, and I will actually mention that. That's part of mentioning when in the dating process. I don't want to have sex on our first date, because on the first date we get to know each other more, and then when it comes to sex, I need to tell my future husband that I do not want to have oral sex, 69 position or any other spooning positions, because I do not want to risk anything getting infections in my mouth. Vaginal sex are very. There's a lot of vaginal sex. When I went onto Women's Health, there were a lot of vaginal sex positions. My favorite vaginal sex position has to be the lazy man. Yeah, the good eggs, the arm, and the lazy man. The arm, the good eggs, and the lazy man. The man and the woman are actually facing each other. They're looking at each other in the eye. It doesn't just have to be a man and woman. It could be two men. It could be two women. It probably can be a threesome or foursome. But talking about myself, I personally really want just my spouse. I only like the arm, the good ex, the lazy man. Yeah. A mutual masturbation or golden arc and missionary, because our eyes are meeting and we can see ourselves. We can talk. The eyes talk as well, so we see ourselves in the eyes. We can communicate by looking at each other. Then we can use these safe words, which I hopefully learn in my BA honors. I'm on my first year now, first year of uni, level 4 foundation degree. Next year will be level 5, and then I get my foundation degree and just do my BA honors degree, which I will then talk about safe sex words. And it's very interesting as well. I'm not being silly, and I feel that I had this friend once who say if a man and a woman hold hands, a girl and a boy hold hands, they can get pregnant, or if you press the woman's belly button, a baby pops out. And my friend only told me that. She told me that her mom told her that. So my friend told me that her mom told her that if you press a woman's belly button, a baby pops out, or if a girl and a boy hold hands, the girl get pregnant. But we all know a girl can get pregnant by having sex, by the sperm and the egg meeting during the sexual intercourse. I'm sorry, I know this is Ramadan for Muslims, and I'm sorry talking about sex, but I am not actually doing any other sex videos. I am talking about sex. I'm talking what is sex. I'm talking about the different types of sex, oral, anal, and vaginal sex that I know most of the time. And I wanted to share I did not have sex. I'm still a virgin, but I'm talking about it to just make you aware. I've done a lot of research, independent research. I only had to do independent research because, I told you, my friend's mom told my friend of how a baby is created, which is not true. My father wouldn't even talk about it. I don't even have a good relationship with my father. My mom, though, she talks about sex, but with my sisters. And then when I was a teenager, she said, I'm just talking with your sister because they are beginning 20s, they were 19, 18 years old, or 17, 18 years old when I was a teenager, a preteen. I said, you're a preteen, you're not supposed to know about sex. But however, a lot of preteens can get pregnant due to raping, due to being raped, or just naiveness. And it's best. I had all these unanswered questions that I researched myself. I'm still researching more about sexual health and not exactly sexually transmitted infections or diseases, probably how a person can get it, and how it can be treated. But sexual health and the different sexual positions, I'm researching all about that. I think that will lead actually me to sexually transmitted infections. Oops. So a lot of rivers. I personally wasn't told about sex at a young age. When I was preteen, I learned about it a little bit in year seven. When I was in year seven, I was 11 years old in year seven, and there was a woman who was talking about, but I don't think she was talking about sex. I think she was more talking about the body, because she was talking about how men's penis develop, like grow, and they have like start to have like hair around the face and a little bit deeper voice. Women can tend to have deeper voice, or like I'm sometimes high pitched. Right now I'm not high pitched. I'm like in a low tone now because I'm talking something serious. Yeah, men can have high pitched voice too, not only women. No. So I was a lot interested in talking about sex and researching about it. That's why I joined that. When there was a student conference at my college, at the college I go to, well, I've been there for like 4 years. This is my 5th year doing my foundation degree, a honors degree. There was this student conference, different types, was for LGBTQ, which one of my tutors, counseling tutors, actually was part of that student conference. Then there was mental health, different types of mental health, suicidal awareness, mental health. I was on Miss Brooks about sexual health because sexual health really interested me a lot. Yeah. I will leave some links from Men Health magazine and Women Health magazine, and also from Brooks, some links from Brooks, down in the description below. So please check those out. It's very interesting, and I will leave. I think I normally repeat my description, but it's not necessary to repeat your description. This description will be different. I will also leave some. In the description box below, I will leave some links, useful links, especially about Brooks, sexually transmitted infections, if you're interested. I will also leave links about the counseling that I do, about abuse and relationships, anything you want to know. Yeah, so just comment down below what else you want me to talk about. This was a really good topic to talk about, and so bye.